Morning, everybody. It is freezing outside, but you want to see one of the sexiest things ever? Check this out. Oh my goodness gracious. A steamy jacuzzi on a cold fall day. Let's get in there. This is literally one of my favorite things in the world. Stepping into a jacuzzi on a cold day. Oh my goodness. I've been thinking a lot about, and a lot of people have been asking me too, like, what am I gonna be doing once I inevitably hit 100 pounds lost? You know, what is this YouTube channel gonna be? And I definitely will continue to make health, fitness, and wellness type videos because I just don't think that like once I reach my goal, like I'll be content and happy and I'll never get unhealthy again. Like I think it's just gonna be a lifestyle. So I think what type of exercises I'm doing, what type of eating I'm doing, recipes. You know, I called this channel Transform with Tristan because honestly, I just see life as like a continuous transformative journey and hopefully a positive one, but sometimes it can go bad, right? Like we can almost like devolve in many ways if we're not really trying hard and aware of what we're doing. Okay, story time. I like to sing. I'm not very good, but I'm trying to work on my voice and I like to play the piano. I'm also not very good, but I like to try to just play as much as I can. But there's one thing that I have attempted to learn in life, I think maybe like 3 times, and I have failed every single time. And that kind of kills me because I like to describe myself as someone who, like, when they set their mind on something, they accomplish it. They don't stop until the goal is reached. When I think about life, there's so many numerous examples of where like I can pat myself on the back and be like, yeah, you are that. But this one thing I have to admit, I have failed at every time I've tried, which is learning how to play the guitar. I've tried 3 different times and all 3 times I never learned. I mean, if I pick up a guitar right now, I wouldn't even know which hand is supposed to hold which side of the guitar. Like that's how much of a beginner I am. I tried in high school. My brother plays the guitar, so he had a guitar, so I tried to play in high school, like right at the end of high school, and I think I was maybe kind of getting the hang, but then my brother moved out. He's 6 years older than me, and when he moved out, he brought his guitar with him and all my hopes and my dreams along with him. No, but honestly, I just didn't have access to a guitar, and I guess I didn't care enough. And then in college, I went to Cal Poly Pomona, and I thought, okay, well, maybe if I take a class, then it will kind of force me to, right? I'm getting graded and I'm like required to learn. So I took like intro to guitar. I bought a guitar for the first time. Long story short, I wasn't the greatest of students either. Like I constantly skipped class, never really came and never picked it up. I remember in the music department, I would constantly just gravitate towards the piano and play the piano instead of practicing the guitar. So never learned it. Probably the most discouraging thing on my attempts to learn the guitar. I see it as a funny story, but honestly, it was pretty discouraging once I think about it. So, and this is kind of like recent as in like maybe like 2 years ago. At the time, my significant other, I noticed that she was like listening to this song like over and over and over, and she was singing it all the time, and I was like, ooh, never heard this song before, but she must love it. I'm gonna secretly buy a guitar and learn it because I'm noticing, you know, I'm observing that my partner really loves this song, so maybe I can surprise her and I can use this as a vehicle to maybe learn the guitar. So I bought a guitar, and then I realized this is just how like awful I am at music, is that the song that she was listening to actually wasn't a guitar. It was a ukulele. And I was like, oh geez, what the heck? So in my head, I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna buy a ukulele. I'm gonna learn that because that should be easier, right? Smaller, less strings, less everything. And then I'll use that to propel me to learn the guitar. So I bought a ukulele. I started playing it in secret whenever she wasn't around, and I'm trying to learn the song, memorize the lyrics and everything. I was stoked because I was getting good at it. And then yeah, one day we were volunteering at a homeless shelter in Hollywood to serve, it's like homeless people food. And at one point, as the night was ending and winding down, one of our friends had his guitar. I asked him like, hey, can you play this song? It's these 4 chords basically repeating over and over. And he's like, sure. So I kind of wanted to surprise my ex at that time. So he starts playing it and I start singing that song, right, at this homeless shelter. She like looks at him and looks at me, and you know, in my head I'm like, oh, this is gonna be so romantic, so sentimental, it's gonna be so nice. And she looks at me with like such disdain and disgust, you know, and she's like, why are you playing that song, you know? And I was like, I just like stopped singing immediately, and I was like, I thought it was one of your favorites, right? You know, you've been singing it for like weeks now. And she looks at me and she's like, I hate that song. I'm so sick of that song. And I was like, so like confused and so like, what the heck? I don't get it, right? And then she hits me with the reality, which is that song is actually her sister and our brother-in-law's favorite song. It's gonna be their song to their first dance. She was singing it for the past like months because they essentially, because you know, Asian culture, they like volunteered her and forced her to sing it during their wedding. And like she has an amazing voice and all that stuff, and she loves to sing, but you know, she hates to sing in public and hates that type of pressure, you know what I mean? So yeah, the song was not one of her favorites. It wasn't sentimental and romantic and loving. It was a terrible observation on my part and like a visceral reminder of that horrible duty that you have to have in Asian culture to perform and sing when you don't even want to. That sucked, right? Like I obviously I didn't want to bring up scars for her or like, you know, make her frustrated, but for me it was like extremely discouraging to learn or play any type of string instrument at the time. Like to this day, I never touched my ukulele ever since then. I returned the guitar that I bought, have never attempted to try to learn it. And to me, it's like a goofy, funny story and everything, but maybe subconsciously I was just like, damn, I mean, that's the 3rd time I tried to learn, and this is the worst one yet. Fast forward 2 years later, I got that burning urge again to like learn the guitar, like really actually give it an honest attempt. And damn it, I constantly tell myself that I'm the type of person that when they put their mind to it, they can accomplish anything. God gives us gifts. He blesses us with so much stuff. I can learn the guitar. Like, why not? I don't have to be a child. It's not like a sport where it's like, oh, well, I only started when I was younger. No. So anyways, I bought a guitar this morning. Should be here Saturday. Just kind of scoping out some YouTube videos. I found a guy who basically has a 10-day learn the guitar in 10 days series of videos. So I want to see if I can learn the guitar in 10 days. And I think it'll be kind of a fun YouTube video if I can. And even this video itself is just like self-accountability. Like I said, I can do anything. I said I can transform and I can learn. I'm back to being excited again, try to learn something new. Honestly, I'm not the greatest. I'm pretty like below average pianist, so I think I can get my guitar skills to match my piano skills relatively fast. I'm the goofy bastard that carries a foldable piano random places to play, and no matter how like much I try to normalize that, it's never going to be as normal as carrying a guitar around and playing. Like that's just kind of normal. You know what I mean? Carrying a piano around is not very normal. Although I do like, I don't know, maybe I'm an attention whore, who knows? Long story short, I've been extremely discouraged in life to learn how to play the guitar, and there's been a lot of times in my life where I thought I'll never be able to learn it. My hands just don't bend in that way, my fingers just can't do it. But screw that, that's some BS. We can do anything. I guess 10 days from this Saturday we'll see if I can actually play the guitar. All right, I'm gonna continue warming up and then swim some laps and then hopefully make some good eating healthy choices.